think one of the issues that pertain to that question, I think, is committing to help low-income folks and to folks who need it would, like I said, involve redistributing some of the wealth in this country.
And nobody wants to do that, that's for sure.
Taxing corporations more, not bailing corporations out, treating corporations not as their own private citizen, but as an entity that needs to give back to the country they function in and take from, right?
More like corporate citizenship almost.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I noticed that, and I guess it takes a lot for people. I guess it's comfortable and privilege. It's like when you sit at home and you're watching Netflix, Orange is the New Black, or the other shows. You don't really notice. You don't really think twice about, hey, the kid next door might not be able to have food on his plate. So that's actually very interesting. Just people being comfortable in their privilege. So now, if you were to, we'll continue with the tour of the garden, actually. Okay. Yeah, if you were going to, sorry, I got sidetracked for a minute. So if you were going to fix the problem, if you were to wake up one morning and the issue of food insecurity was completely solved, what do you think the government would have had to do overnight to fix that?
I think overnight let's ignore the new policies that need to be created, but an actual visible or tangible solution would be to establish a basic minimum income, so people can actually have enough money to pay rent, to buy food, to support their families.
Okay.
That's one thing. Also to just address the way food is distributed and handled in Canada. I think food food should be a human right. So selling food at lower costs would be the way to go.
Okay.
And also, we'd need to subsidize farmers' livings and incomes, because they need to make a living too.
Because we're a fairly wealthy country, and we don't, I think, we're one of the only countries that, of the wealthier countries, that doesn't have a food security initiative. Now, so what's your take on food banks?
Food banks were established about 3 decades ago, I believe, to be a short-term solution to a longer-term problem. Now, though, they're still being relied on as our top solution. People don't have enough food to go to the food bank and get some cans of food, some boxes to provide for you.
And because that right now, I guess I've read, is our best answer. What's the quality of that food like? Do you know, or?
So a couple food banks can offer fresh food, fresh produce. However, as we know, the majority of them just offer what they have. What wholesale distributors give to them, which is canned food with its higher salt content. Processed food, which is white flour, white pasta. Which eating it once in a while is fine, and we all do that. But having to rely on that for your source of food for your family is gonna create health problems in the long term.
And I guess that's why the rates of people who are food insecure, for prescription costs, for the amount that they spend on prescription, how much they stay in hospital and stuff is a lot higher, obviously, than somebody who's not food insecure.
Exactly.
So again, this part of the garden. What's this part of the garden over here?
So we're now in our community garden.
Okay.
So these plots here we see over this side is